What is the biggest mistake that you've made in your career up until this point?
I think it's pretty obvious.
Tell me.
Let me see if I can put.
I know the obvious. Well, yeah, the obvious.
It would be Japan, obviously.
Okay, well, we'll go through that in a second.
Let me see if I can put this on a macro level. Because that was a massive mistake, but it happened for a reason, right? I did that because something else went wrong, and I want to try to identify that mistake.
Let's talk about it.
I think it was.
Can we stop it? Tell everyone what happened in Japan first. Give everyone context.
No, I won't do it.
You
know why?
Bad.
No, because I did this. I've done this before. I did an interview with Larry King.
Yeah,
and he had me say it, and I was like, it was a learning lesson for me. I literally described it, and I'm so far beyond it now.
Something happened where you walk into an area where people tend to commit suicide, and you filmed yourself, and you saw someone who committed suicide, and that was the gist of it, right?
That was
okay. So now
I mean, most people know about it, right? So
right, they do.
But yeah, that was
just so you know. I didn't think it was so terrible.
No, I know. You told me that, and I appreciate your viewpoint
because I knew for sure that there was no See, I believe it's about intent. I knew you, and just by even just knowing a little bit, I knew there was. Well, you didn't go in it to hurt people. If it was, people make mistakes all the time. I'm not saying it wasn't a mistake, but the intent behind it. What I was like, I'm gonna fuck some hurt. You didn't weren't going in like that at all, right?
No,
of course not. What was how old were you when you smoked your first joint?
17.
Oh, fuck, that's old.
I know.
I smoked when I was like 12, my friend.
I know, but I was
young, but I was
born in 1938.
Okay, right. So
it was 1957 when I first smoked my first joint, and it had a profound effect on me. I immediately quit school the next day.
So it was a positive effect, considering the nature of our education.
No, I realized what I needed to learn wasn't in the school.
Right.
It was on the street. And I was a musician at the time, blues musician. So
how'd you get off? You got offered. How'd you get the?
Well, a jazz musician from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where I was born. He showed up from L.A. with a joint and a Lenny Bruce record. And it was a gift for me, and he handed both to me, and I took the joint, put it in my pocket, and we lit up one of his because I wanted to save it. I wasn't sure about it. It was reefer. And so
they demonized it really bad, right? You'll be killing people in the streets, right?
Yeah. So I took a couple of tokes, and I heard music I'd never heard before. It was in fact, I remember the tune. It was "Lonely Woman" by Ornette Coleman, and I heard that music, and all of a sudden I could see the lonely woman, and then I knew right then that I was onto something really, really, really good.
It was because of you that I didn't do 20 years in jail, but I want to know why you did it.
Look, here's the thing. I had a lot invested in this also. I'm not going to lie and say that some of this isn't personally for me, okay? It's not all about you. Some of it was about me. I had invested a lot in this, and I knew the other people you had dealt with. Right, I was very aware of who they were. And not only that, look, and I think it's important for the public to understand, I don't just randomly go out and pick people and wire you up and send you in against them.
Right.
We debriefed you, and you can confirm this, and we debriefed Danny for months. And we created lists of people. And I think this is very important.
I wasn't sent to entrap anybody.
No, and this is the point I want to make because of current events, and this is where current events have gotten the FBI into trouble. Okay? We don't just take your information and blindly accept it. I corroborated that information. If you told me you did a deal with Mr. X and that he was involved in this particular stock as a bridge lender or a flipper or a rattle, I pulled those records and I looked and I confirmed. Now, if you told me he got 100,000 shares, but he really got 150, okay, that doesn't matter to me. Right. He still got the shares. He still did what you said. Dates and numbers when you're talking in the future. I mean, everybody is fuzzy on those things, right? So I would take that list of people that you had. I wanted to go after them. I mean, I have second and third wave of arrests I want to make in your case. I say your case, the whole Stratton Oakmont investigation, right? Yeah. So when you did that, and it was less than 3 months that it came circular back to me, and the note said, "Don't incriminate yourself. I'm wired," right? We knew we had a problem.
We got Chase Hudson here as well, another TikTok expert. We're doing a whole experiment here. We're launching my TikTok with the masters. The young people are the ones. You guys are killers. Let's watch it happen. 0 follows today. We'll see where it goes.
So we're using an audio from the Wolf of Wall Street movie in 2013. This is the audio.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't love you anymore, Jordan.
You seem like a savage.
Love me? You don't love me anymore, huh? Well, isn't that just fucking...
Yeah, just fucking convenient.
Now that I'm under federal indictment with an electronic bracelet around my ankle, now the fuck is wrong with
So
you?
how about I go like
All right.
this? I don't love you anymore.
You have to get in it too, though.
So,
So, Josh, you want to
what's
stand
the
up?
idea now?
We should have one person be Jordan, and then the rest of us.
That's a good idea.
I can't even. Yeah, and then the rest of us be the girls.
All right. Actually, no, Jordan. You should be Jordan.
I'll be Jordan.
And the rest
Okay,
of us
I'll be
All right,
myself.
so you
I
stand.
got
You stand in the middle.
All right, let me get in the middle.
We gotta.
All right.
You're not as hot as my ex-wife was. I'll give you that, guys. All right.
Millions of fans that disagree.
All right. Let's go.
So it's gonna go. The fuck is wrong?
The
with-
fuck is wrong with you? I don't love you anymore, Jordan.
The fuck is wrong with you? Right?
Dramatic.
The fuck is wrong with you?
I don't love you anymore, Jordan.
You don't love me? You don't love me anymore, huh? Well, isn't that just fucking convenient for you? Now that I'm under federal indictment with an electronic bracelet around my ankle.
That's why growing on different platforms that have already been around for a while is a lot more difficult, because there's already so much content out there that you're competing against every
Right.
single day. I don't know the numbers that are uploaded, but we can only imagine, right?
Right. Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, and
growing.
Yeah, which great for the platforms, but makes it harder for newer people
Right,
coming
sure.
on, or newer brands. So that's why, you always hear it's great to really jump on the new platforms. Like TikTok's still fairly
on
new. It's great though. It's smart because you're able to reach so much more of an audience, and reach to explore pages, be the number one that you see on a hashtag. And there's a lot of content being uploaded there. But if you're getting views, like the way a lot of these algorithms work with TikTok, I noticed it seems like, and I don't know for sure because I'm not behind the scenes.
Right,
I'm
I get
not,
it. Yeah, sure.
It's only by what you
Sure.
see and what you witness. But for me, it's all right. If I'm getting a lot of views all at once and comments, like great engagement, TikTok sees that as a post that's doing well and it's great content. So other audiences should see it. So, but with Instagram, it's more of like what your audience is liking most and commenting on. So if your specific audience isn't engaging as much, then you're not going to reach a new audience. But TikTok still gives you ability to reach new audience.
They warned me. I did not heed the warnings and thought I was on the right track. And I think somewhere around there was when I was at the fork in the road and I went the wrong way. Instead of taking a step back, because I was so on the like nothing matters except this next video that I'm gonna put out tomorrow. And by the way, I'm hearing you, but I'm not listening.